From the Kozlowski Gymnasium here on the campus of Arlington High School, ACMi Sports presents Arlington High School boys varsity basketball. Tonight, the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School host the Rockets of Reading High School. Hello everyone, I'm Don Phelan alongside Scott Zwick, Alex Van Thong, and Carlos Abreu are our camera folks tonight. And we come here for the second to final game of the home season for the Spy Ponders. Coming into tonight's game with an overall record of 12-2. Of course, one of those losses was an exclusionary game, so as far as Arlington's tournament record, 12-1. Arlington is 11-0 in the Middlesex League. Their opponents tonight, the Rockets of Reading High School, are 5-8 overall, 4-7 in the league. So, the Rockets have some work to do to qualify for the state tournament. Spy Ponders, with their victories over the last week or so, have qualified for the tournament, and now they're playing for seeding during the rest of this regular season. So, Scott, on paper, it looks to be a mismatch here tonight for the Rockets. They're going to have their hands full and their work cut out for them, and the Spy Ponders hoping to keep things going in a positive direction against an inferior opponent, but hopefully the team will play well.
Hopefully they will, but what's on the line tonight is possibly history. If the Reading Rockets were to beat the Spy Ponders tonight, it would be a historic win in the state of Massachusetts. Why? Because Arlington holds a 40 straight regular season home game record, which was the last time they lost at home was in 2014 to Reading.
No kidding.
So if Reading was to win tonight, it would be very impactful. It would make their season. And so for Arlington, that's a little bit of a scare, but Arlington's on fire right now. They average 53 points per game their first 3 games of the season. Last 3, 71. They're pouring it on. Don Black, last 8 games, averaging 16 and 12. He's getting going. Benzie Joseph from the outside, they're averaging over 5 threes a game in their last 4. So the offense is picking up, and they're kind of peaking at the right time.
Well, that's an important thing, Scott, too, at the end of the season here. We had said that at the beginning of the season when Arlington's defense was playing so well, holding teams to probably barely 50 points per game, but their offense didn't seem that great to me, and Coach Bowler seemed to think that that would get better as the season went on, and based on the statistics you just gave, scoring 71 on average their last 3 shows that the offense is starting to click.
It is starting to click, and I think a lot of it just has to do with the players kind of settling into the season and having positive body language, positive reactions to what they're doing, and the positive reinforcement of good things happening, having fun on the basketball court has been key to them, and it's really sparked them.
Scott mentioned the 40 straight regular season home winning streak for the Spy Ponders. Almost equally impressive is a 29 consecutive game win streak overall in the Middlesex League. They haven't lost in the Middlesex League since February of 2016, so going on 2 full calendar years, and of course not in a home regular season loss since 2014. Some of these students that are juniors and seniors here at Arlington High School, whether they're the players or the fans, just haven't seen the Spy Ponders lose at home. It's pretty cool to say that. It's
astonishing, it's remarkable, and you're probably not going to see it again when it ends for a long time. And it's something that really sets this team apart. Coach Bowler and the coaching staff is proud of it. They embrace it, and it's part of their tradition now.
I'm starting to wonder, too, now, James Gascoigne, the junior, of course, with one more season. We had Colin McNamara set that record last year with the number of wins and percentage and all that. You have to figure Gascoigne might be closing in on that between the end of this season and going into next year as well.
Absolutely no doubt, and you also have to think that especially if they were to have a strong season next year, I think he would be favored to actually surpass that, and that was something that was really unthinkable just a year ago.
Right. So now we're having the introductions of the starting lineups for Reading. Number 4 is Alec Gibbs. Number 10 is Josh Williamson. Number 11, Matt Sanella. Number 23, we're going to have to say his name all night, Matt Panakopoulos. I don't know, I'm going to have to try to work on that one. And rounding out the starting lineup is number 33, Patrick Conroy. Head coach of the Rockets is Paul Morrissey in his 15th season. Now we have the starting lineup for the Spy Ponders. Number 30 is sophomore guard Bensley Joseph. Junior guard, number 0, Nick Corrales. At forward, junior tri-captain James Gascoigne, wearing number 14. At center, number 23, senior tri-captain Ben Wasco. And rounding out the starting lineup, senior tri-captain, number 20, Scotsman Dom Black. Head coach of the Spy Ponders in his 10th season is John Bowler. He is assisted by Jack Woods, Kevin Lentini, Zach Lee, Tyler Sullivan. And the head of basketball operations for the Spy Ponders is Mr. Tim Schuler. And now we will have the playing of our national anthem.
Let's play some basketball. You know, I'll tell you, Don, in a game like this for the Spy Ponders, getting off to a fast start is going to be key and something that really could spark them. Reading is a proud community with tremendous sports. They've been kind of beaten down this year across the board. Boys, girls, fall, winter. This win really would kind of wash all that away. These kids know it. The coaching staff knows it for Reading. So a strong start for Arlington would really put a pep in their step.
It'll be James Gascoigne and Patrick Conroy. Referee puts it up between the big men, and the tip is controlled by the Spy Ponders. They will get the first possession of the basketball game. Again, your starting lineup for the Spy Ponders: Bensley Joseph, number 30, James Gascoigne, number 14, Dom Black, number 20, Nick Corrales, number 0, and Ben Wasco, number 23. They go inside to Wasco. The little flip hook off the backboard is good, and a nice start for the Ponders and Ben Wasco.
Wasco doing his impersonation of the big fundamental. Nice little pivot on the block, and a jump hook kissing off the glass.
Nice job by Reading, breaking the Ponder press for the initial time here tonight. Let's see if that presents problems for the Rockets, as it has for most teams this season. Arlington looks to be in a man-to-man defense. Joseph goes for the steal, couldn't come up with only 5 seconds on the Reading shot clock, going strong to the hole with the left hand, laying it up and in. That's number 23, Matty P, we're going to call him for the night.
Matty P, tremendous dribble drive and finish at the basket, impressive. They're now 2-3 zone here for Reading. Spy Ponders have done really well against zone this year, moving the ball around and usually trying to get the ball inside in a high-low.
Joseph kicks it out to Don Black just inside the three-point arc. His shot is around the rim and out. Rebound by Conroy. Matty P for 3. No. Rebound fought for. Last touch by Reading off of number 4, Alec Gibbs. Will be Ponder ball.
So, electric atmosphere here, Don. This place is packed, full, lots of Reading fans here.
Yeah, what a difference between the Tuesday night crowds and the Friday night crowds, that's for sure. Gascoigne, strong layup. No, Nick Corrales high for the rebound. Couldn't get it, but Don Black able to control it, and he lays it in.
My man, Don Black is taking over this basketball game right now. A hoop and then a deflection, but a little bit of a miscue by Gascoigne has Reading laying it in on the other end.
Patrick Conroy for his first basket of the game. Arlington, as Scott mentioned, Don Black had the steal, but then Arlington turned it back over, and Reading went the other way and scored. This is a 3-quarter 2-1-2 press that Reading will use, and oftentimes they'll fall back into half-court man. Let's see if that's what they do. They look like they fall back in a 2-3 zone the first few possessions here tonight. Now the ball's knocked out of bounds by Josh Williamson. It'll remain Arlington ball with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Very high energy for Reading right now. I can feel it coming off their bench. I can feel it from their fans. Spy Ponders need to be very strong with the basketball here.
Bensley Joseph's baseline jump shot is good, and he has his first basket of the evening.
Good to see him get an early look go through. And the Spy Ponders right now are trapping to try to speed this game up.
6-4 Arlington, 5:25 remaining, first quarter. Three-point shot for the corner, a friendly roll for Alec Gibbs. And the Rockets have their first lead of the game.
Gibbs, the lefty. It's not pure, but we have a deflection here, and Reading off to the races.
Joseph was triple teamed. That results in a three-point shot for Reading's number 11, Matt Sinella. Ball goes out of bounds over the backboard. It'll be Ponder ball.
Right now, all the momentum is with Reading. This 2-1-2, the 2-1-2 three-quarter court press is designed to slow Arlington down. They've seen Arlington been speeding up of recent, and so far it's worked real well. They've even gotten a couple of deflections.
Ben Wasco dumps it down to Gascoigne. He reverse layups and puts it in.
Spy Ponders have worked a high-low against a zone as good as any team in the state so far this year. And here's that pressure defense with traps and deflections.
Don Black almost had that steal. 4 out of 5 Arlington starters have scored. And now a 10-second violation is called. And you probably see that once a year. And the Ponders able to turn Reading over on that kind of a violation.
Can't get any better than that. 10-second violation. You had 2 deflections, almost a steal if the 10-second didn't go off. Phenomenal defense by the Spy Ponders.
As I mentioned, 4 out of 5 of the Arlington starters have scored to account for their 8 points. Now Don Black takes a 3 from the corner. Wasco, great rebound, ties up the Reading player. It'll be a held ball, and on the alternating possession arrow, it favors the Rockets.
The hallmark of the John Bowler and Jack Woods teams over the last couple seasons have been that they match the energy or double the energy of the opponent.
Panakopoulos for 3. And Reading reclaims the lead. 10-8, Rockets.
Back and forth we go. Doesn't feel like a 4-7 team to me. They got a little pep in their step. They're ready to play tonight.
Black drives, gets hit, puts it up. No, but he'll go to the line for 2.
He's just so tough, my man, Don Black. You see there, Reading hits a big monster 3 to take a 2-point lead. And here's Don Black, 2 giant steps, a little bit of a Euro step to the basket, contact, could have finished at the rim. Now he's shooting 2 free throws.
Foul committed by Alec Gibbs, his first on the team. Don Black hits his first free throw.
You see Joey Pazia entering the game here. This is a game where Joey Pazia can really have success. Reading tough kids, they get after it. This is the kind of game Pazia likes, where he can thrive.
Don's second free throw is long, and Reading able to keep their lead. It's 10-9 Rockets, just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter, and now a foul committed by Nick Corrales.
That's a foul. John Bowler's not going to mind it at all. That's an effort foul. They're trying to beat someone to a spot. Maybe the race was won. Maybe it wasn't. 50-50 call didn't go their way. Just fine.
First on Nick, first on the team. 3:48 remaining, first quarter. Ponders down, surprisingly, by 1.
Got to make sure you get a hand up in these shooters.
Now Nick Corrales just ties up the Reading player, Williamson, and another held ball, and now this time the arrow favors the Ponders.
That's a race won there by Corrales. Got in front of Williamson, grabbed the basketball, and Spy Ponders can take the lead here.
Game of 1,000 races, as you often say.
I sure
10,000
do.
races,
Yes.
or million races. And now we're going to have an offensive foul called against Arlington. It's going to be on Joey Pazia.
I know I'm repeating myself, Don, but the energy of Reading is just palpable in this building tonight, and it's making them play above their 4-7 record. Simple as that.
Well, the thing, too, about Reading is they're supposed to be a big three-point shooting team. We've yet to see them really take that many three-pointers. So they're a team that if they stop playing well and playing with a little confidence, and then they stop burying some threes, Arlington could have a little bit more difficult time than we expected tonight.
When you shoot three-pointers with confidence, and that's how upsets happen.
Don Black with the steal, drives hard to the hole, no, but he'll go to the line for two.
I feel the Reading energy, I feel the Reading effort, but yes, every time I see Don Black make a move tonight, it just says to me that he's not going to let something bad happen to his team tonight. That's the kind of player he is. It's the kind of pride he has.
Foul committed by Josh Williamson, his first, second on the team. Don Black at the line, misses the first of two free throws. One of three so far at the line for Don. Now make it one of four. Fights for his own rebound. He kept it alive, and that allowed Joey Pazia to hit the deck and save the possession for the Ponders.
Man-to-man defense here by
And Williamson
Reading.
is in Don Black's
it's a
shirt.
box and one. This is a box and one on Don Black. This is an interesting development. Spy Ponders have not faced a box and one all year long.
Joseph on the tricky dribble, lost it for a moment, 6 on the shot clock. James Gascoigne's going to take that foul line jump shot, and he buries it and gives the Ponders the lead.
Big shot by Gascoigne. The box and one means that the Reading Rockets were in a 2-2 zone and man-to-man on Don Black.
Here's Williamson, tried to kick it in the corner, another steal by Don Black. I think he has 4 steals so far tonight. Lost control of the ball in the paint, able to maintain possession. Ponders will go to Black, to the basket, no, rebound fought for it, keeps it alive, has it again, fakes, gets shoved. Referee put his arm up for a foul, they didn't call it, and Don Black lays it in.
The effort and determination of Don Black is astonishing right now.
Matty P the other way, can't get the left-handed layup to go. Ponders looking to extend their lead. Bensley Joseph for 3, he's got it, and the Ponders lead by 6, timeout Reading.
That was all started by the superior, astonishing effort by Don Black. He tries once at the basket, twice, fouled, hit, doesn't matter. In the basket it goes. Now we're coming back the other way, and Benson Joseph does what he does. Dagger 3.
You could see the official down low kind of half raise his arm as if he was going to call the initial foul. Because you saw it, I think it was the big guy, Conroy, for Reading, give Don Black like a two-hand shove. But kind of good officiating by the official because he saw that Don Black really wasn't going to lose his advantage. He allowed the play to continue on, and Don Black was able to lay it in.
And one of the beauties of Don Black is I think he honestly doesn't care if he gets the call or not. That's not what he said. That's not his objective down there. His objective is to put the ball in the basket no matter what happens. If he gets the call, then he walks in the line and shoots 2 free throws. If he doesn't, he's going to put the ball in the basket. And if he doesn't put the ball in the basket, he doesn't mind either. He's going to run back and play hard defense or get the rebound. Exactly.
So the Ponders with a nice little run here. I want to say it's a 9-0 run. I believe the Rockets led 10-7, maybe 10-8 was their largest lead. The Rockets by 1 or 2, but the Ponders now lead by 6. So 7 or 8 at least unanswered by Arlington here to take a 6-point lead with under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Matty P for 3, he's got it. Good answer there by the senior Matt Panakonopoulos.
Panakonopoulos is shooting with confidence, poise, and conviction tonight. Reading has gotten hot from 3.
16-13 Ponders, minute 35 remaining first quarter.
Now in a 1-2-2 zone, a little bit different look every time down to the court. And tonight Gascoigne is really struggling to hold on to the basketball.
Blocked by Don Black. Looked like the Reading player may have been out of bounds when he saved that. That's number 11, Matt Sanella. Don Black with the block. So in addition to his scoring, he's got several steals, a couple of blocked shots. And now Joey Paz is going to pick up his second foul.
He is. Don Black took a little bit of a risk there, and they paid for it. I tell you, though, Don, I was saying this a couple broadcasts ago. I just can't believe that players continue to try to dribble drive on Don Black when the success rate is got to be in the single digits percentage-wise. They just don't have success dribble driving against them, but yet they continue to try to do it.
Sanella hits his first free throw, number 25, Colin DeRoss, and number 5, Jovan Nortellis check into the Rocket lineup. Sanella hits both free throws, and a quick 5-0 answer by the Rockets after the timeout has cut the Ponder lead down to 1, 16-15.
And the energy is right back up with the Rockets. Their bench is standing up. This is impressive.
A lot of points for the Ponders to give up in the first quarter. They traditionally keep opponents in single digits in the first quarter. Bensley Joseph with a three.
Bensley Joseph shooting with confidence and conviction from three-point land.
Sanella's going to try to answer that three. That was an ill-advised shot with 40 seconds to go. Bensley Joseph with the tricky dribble, lost control of it. It's about a 5-second differential between the two clocks. Sanella can't save it. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Arlington ball. 32.5 seconds remaining in the game clock, so Arlington can't really hold for a final shot, but they can wind most of this first quarter clock down should they want to.
Insanity reigning here at...
Instead, Bensley Joseph decides to go all the way to the cup, goes up with the left hand, switches to the right hand, and lays it in.
Swishing and dishing is Bensley Joseph. Makes up for his turnover with a beautiful finish at the cup.
Now the Rockets could have held for a final shot. Instead, Matty P takes a long three, and he knocks it down.
Matty P has been dynamite all night long from behind the arc. And we got a ball game here, folks. 4 seconds, 2.
Bensley Joseph at the buzzer, no. And that's the end of the first quarter.
I tell you, Todd, you know, you walked in, and I'm going to be very candid to the viewers. I hinted to you that I thought maybe this might be a bit of a lopsided affair. We've had anything but.
No.
21-18, effort level off the charts on both sides, electric atmosphere. Reading took a big punch from the Spy Ponders and answered.
Yep.
This is an impressive start for both teams. I don't think Arlington's playing poorly. I think they're playing with high effort, a little sloppy with the basketball, but Reading has just been outstanding, especially from behind the three-point line.
I'm sure if you asked Coach Bowler before the game, he'd be probably really happy to score 21 first quarter points, but he'd be really disappointed to let up 18 against Reading, being led by Matty P with 11 first quarter points. He's Reading's leading scorer for the season, and he's showing why so far tonight with 11 first quarter points.
And what would make Coach Bowler even more upset is that he knows that last time they were tied at 31 at the half earlier in the season when they played at Reading, and the Spy Ponders held them to 11 second half points, I believe. I think I wrote that down somewhere. So the Spy Ponders on defense, what they need to do right now, prevent dribble drives and hand up on all the shooters. Real basic basketball.
Yeah, Arlington won 57-41 earlier in the season. Now Arlington gets the steal, but then they turn it right back over. And number 25, Colin DeRoss, puts it in, and the Ponders lead is down to 1.
Spy Ponders have been careless with the basketball tonight. It's just as simple as that. And it's a disease that's spread through the whole team.
Arlington breaks the Reading press. Nice left-hand cross-court pass by Bensley Joseph to Don Black for his three, no good. And 3 Arlington players crash the board, but the ball goes out of bounds off the Ponders.
Spy Ponders really showing confidence shooting the ball. Some are going, some aren't.
For Arlington, checking into the lineup between the first quarter intermission is number 24, Sam Swift. Junior guard. Off the Ponder bench, ball's out of bounds, and it'll be Arlington ball.
That is exactly what that trap off the high screen is designed to do. But that worries me a little bit down. You're going to trap up there. That's going to leave three-point shooters open at times. I think Coach Bowler is very confident in his team's defense.
Now the pass trying to go across court to Ben Wasco, knocked out of bounds by the Rockets. It remains Arlington ball.
What we're seeing here is that everything's dialed up a little bit quicker than a normal game, and the Spy Ponders are not being careful with their passes.
Gascoigne with the left hand, strong to the hole, lays it in.
Gascoigne, 2 giant steps, finishing with his left hand at the cup, something he's done all year long.
23-20 Ponders, under 7 minutes remaining, second quarter. And they're going to get a little nickel and dime one there on Don Black.
That's something you don't really see very often. Don Black get a nickel and dimer 17 feet from the basket on a player that's not attempting a shot. You saw it there. You think he's earned the benefit of the doubt, but you know, sometimes the calls don't always go your way.
First on Dom, fourth on the team. Rockets have committed only 2 first half team fouls.
See if the Spy Ponders trap off of this.
Sanella in a little trouble, but he gets it to Nortolis. Martellus triple team, kicks it back out to Matty P. And now they're going to get an illegal screen called against Patrick Conroy.
So the Spy Ponders are going to stay with that trap off the ball screen. It's prevented 2 turnovers in a row now. It's really flummoxed the Reading Rockets, but it hasn't deterred them, as they are just as fired up as ever, both on the bench and in the crowd.
Coach Morrissey did not care for that call. He made his case to the official, and now we move on. Don Black strung to the basket, lays it in.
Don Black through contact, finishes at the rim, no call, but he doesn't care. Spy Ponders by 5.
Steal by Bensley Joseph, and he lays it in.
Bensley Joseph uses superior wingspan there to get a hand on the ball, and here's a player picking up his dribble where he shouldn't.
Ponders with another run, and it's going to be even extended more with this Bensley Joseph fast break. He gets hammered from behind by Conroy. He'll go to the line for 2.
Bensley Joseph right there, the last 22 seconds, demonstrates why you keep hearing the words wingspan, wingspan, wingspan over and over again in recruiting and NBA. If you've got a very wide wingspan, it allows you to get hands on balls and deflect them. Saw it twice there with Bensley Joseph.
And now I think they're going to get a violation on Dom Black. I don't know if he was in a marked free throw space. Now the officials are going to talk about this. Dom pleading his case. In the meantime, Stephen McGilvery, number 22, checks into the Ponder lineup and gives James Gascoigne a rest. I think they are going to say that was a violation on Dom Black, and Bensley Joseph will only get 1 free throw now.
And this is what I love about Don Black. I know we get a shot of it right there. He's not complaining with the official. He wants to know what he did wrong, so he doesn't do it again.
Right.
That's leadership by example to me.
A baker's dozen, not even halfway through the second quarter for Bensley Joseph. Ponders lead 28-20. So again, we've seen Arlington this season be a team of runs. That's got to be a charge. Oh, they're going to say that it was a block as Sam Swift tried to get the position on the drive by Matty P. Coach Bowler didn't like the call. Official saying he didn't have a legal guarding position. That is, position wasn't straight to the ball player and was off to the side, and that's the result in a foul for Sam Swift.
I thought he got there on time, but I'm very impressed. Matty P, that time he was able to dribble drive past Don Black, get to the basket to cause that collision. Something you don't see very often, especially this year.
There's a little basketball justice there as Matty P missed the first free throw.
Ball don't lie.
No, but players often do.
They sure do.
Matty P, 1 of 2. He's got a dozen. Very impressive here by the Reading leading scorer. 12 of their 21. Ponders by 7. Now almost a broken up pass by the Rockets, but Ponders able to track it down.
Serendipity for the Spy Ponders. They were careless with that basketball. We're very fortunate to hang on to it.
Now McGilvery, I think is going to be called for the moving screen.
He shouldn't be. He was pulled down, but that's what they're going to call. So what happened there was McGilvery went, this is the old football move, what a defensive back will do. He just grabbed McGilvery and fell down, pulled him on top of him.
First on Stevens, 6th on the team. Ponders now will be in the penalty for the duration of this first half. Good call by the official there too, because it just showed some consistency. We had the moving screen earlier on Reading, and that was a clear moving screen on McGilvery, even though, like you said, I know what the Reading player pulled him down, but Steven had been moving for quite a while before that. Now Matty P, tied up, is forced to take a timeout.
And the Spy Ponders erupt off the bench. They're showing positivity. They're showing fire and vigor. And Don, I would like a little bit of clarification there. So, for those of you who don't know, Don is a board-certified official, and I ask you as a board-certified official, Don. So, if McGilvery does create a violation moving in a screen at the same time a player is pulling him down, how do we call that?
Yeah, I mean, if you really, that's a tough sell to think that those violations occurred at the same time. In that case, you could go with the double foul.
Right.
Each player would get charged with the foul, and the team in possession would maintain possession.
Right.
So, in my opinion, the illegal screen had occurred by Steve McGilvery before the Reading player pulled him down, and that's what the officials saw, I think, as well.
There's no doubt. What I like best about what the officials did there, they got together, they talked about it. What did you see there? Did you see what happened first? And I think you're right, and I was wrong. They got it right.
28-21 Ponders, 5 minutes remaining first half. Of course, the bad thing for Matty P taking that timeout when he got trapped here at half court is that uses up one of Reading's valuable timeouts for this game. They've used 2 out of their 5. Benson Joseph, I think it would have been a travel had he maintained control of that ball. He lost control of the ball. Now Williamson back the other way with the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound fought for him, knocked out of bounds by the Rockets. It'll be Arlington ball.
Williamson, another victim of Don Black. Dribble drive into the basket. That time he just bothered the shot. Bensley Joseph has struggled almost all year long to finish at the cup on dribble drives, especially at full court offense. 2-3 zone.
4:30 remaining, first half. Ponders by 7. And Bensley Joseph being guarded by Williamson. They're going to get him for a 5-second violation and a turnover by the Ponders.
That's on Bensley Joseph. Anytime you see a zone and someone comes out like that, extends to guard you, you have to move that basketball, because that means there are gaps everywhere in that zone. And holding on to it there not only created the 5-second goal, it was just a bad idea against the zone.
Now number 24 for Reading, Danny Beckenhuis into the lineup. Now Beckenhuis, I had heard, is their best big man, and this is his first appearance of the game. He fakes, he puts it up, he can't get it to finish. And now we're going to go the other way, and Beckenhuis will be called for the foul. He thought he himself had been fouled on his original shot.
What you love there is Bensley Joseph makes a clear mistake on one end. He doesn't hang his head. That was superior effort on the defensive end. He deflected a ball, got back, and then blocked one at the rim and created a foul on Reading to turn it over to the Spy Ponders.
Now the foul did not go against Beckenhuis. Instead, it was against Colin DeRoss. And now Arlington takes a timeout.
Coach Bowler takes his time out here. I think him and Coach Woods kind of want to take a breath here and get things back going their way. This hasn't really been a Spy Ponder signature game.
No, not yet.
There's been sparks, but they've been very careless with the basketball, made mistakes that just we haven't seen from them all season long. I know that's something that irritates Coach Bowler and Coach Woods, and I think that's what that timeout is here. Hey, fellas, let's get back to how we play basketball. Sound, fundamental, fast, and fun.
First timeout for the Ponders. And Arlington will inbound the ball just over the midcourt line.
So it's a 2-3 zone. Let's see if the Spy Ponders can get the ball to move side to side and then eventually get that high-low look inside.
Don Black dumps it down inside to Gascoigne. He turns, he spins, he kicks it back out to Don Black for 3. No. Rebound Reading. They have a man ahead of the pack. And Bensley Joseph comes from behind, blocks the shot. They're going to call a foul on Bensley Joseph, and now the trail official is going to call goaltending on Bensley Joseph as well. So this has the chance to be a 3-point play for Jovan Nortulis.
To me, it really was one or the other, because he goaltended the ball and then maybe hit him on his follow through. It's not a call you see every day, but the reasons you don't see every day is that you don't see 6'1" guards with their hand a foot above the rim. And so it's confusing for everybody involved, coaches, players, and officials.
Bensley Joseph with the chase down block commits the foul. His first free throw is no good. Ponders now over the limit.
So back to the zone. Last time they got a good look on an inside-out pass.
28-23 Arlington, 3:25 remaining first half. Inside to Gascoigne. Nice little dump pass to Ben Wasco. No, but he is fouled on the play.
And so out of the timeout, what do we see? We see the ball, we see an inside-out move, perfectly executed against the zone, and then we see the high-low. Players are listening to what the coaches are telling them, and they're executing it. And I'll tell you, Don, I mean, seriously, to just go back to that last Bensley Joseph play. You just don't see that, right? I mean, how many times do you see a 6', 5'11" guard with his arm a foot above the rim? Simple as that. I mean, he was a foot above the rim.
1 of 2 for Ben Wasco. Rockets go to the bench to number 25, Colin DeRoos back into the game. He replaces Gibbs, who picked up his second foul. And now Reading forced to take another timeout. So that's twice now, and I think it's both times it's been Matty P who felt like he was in such duress that he's forced to take a timeout with the ball 45 feet from the basket.
What's happening is the Spy Pioneers are changing up. Sometimes they're trapping off that, sometimes they aren't, and when they're not trapping, there's a player picking up his dribble, just as you said, 45 feet from the basket with one man guarding him and everyone else playing deny defense. And they're going to run out of timeouts.
Well, you know, you see that oftentimes. Like the first one, he was double teamed and he had the sideline and the midcourt line. It was almost like a quadruple team with the lines. That one was right in the middle of the court. I'm surprised, being a senior, probably captain, leading scorer, best player on the team that he is, I'm surprised he couldn't get himself out of that trouble.
He really should be able to, Don, and he really should also know that in a game that is tight and they're still competitive, you really can't burn that timeout there. You've got to find a way to fight through that pressure and snap the ball to somebody who also should know to be coming to the ball.
Someone should have helped him. That's correct. Absolutely correct. Nobody came to help him, and he felt pressured, and he had to take the timeout. So it's 29-23 Ponders with 2:59 remaining in the first half. 3-pointer Matty P, no. Rebound fought for by 2 Arlington players. Bensley Joseph comes down with it for Arlington. On the flash as Ben Wasco turns, takes the pull-up, fadeaway jump shot. Oh, he rattled out. No, Don Black with the follow-up. I think that got blocked by Beckenhuis. Good defensive play by him.
Spy Ponders have picked up their execution. Effort remains high, and they're going to look to finish this half strong.
Sanello's pull-up jump shot, no good. Wasco with the rebound. Bensley Joseph back the other way. Now he's going to reset the Ponder offense. 2:19 remaining first half. Arlington by 6.
So this is a man-to-man now. So now it's man-to-man. They took him a little while to identify it. 13 on the shot clock.
Don Black, baseline drive. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Williamson. Arlington will have 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Wow, that can't be the matchup for Reading if it's going to be Williamson on Don Black. All he's got to do is dribble the basket and lay it in. No.
Inside to Gascoigne, 2 on the shot clock. He fakes. He goes up. No. And the rebound by DeRoss.
Nice move there by Gascoigne. The operation was a success, but the patient died.
Under 2 minutes remaining second quarter. Ponders by 6. Both teams now over the free throw limit. Reading player got knocked down in the paint.
Reading continues to pick up the dribble where they shouldn't. Here's Don Black taking the ball.
Steal by Black, and that causes DeRoos to commit the foul from behind, and Don Black will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Phenomenal effort and defense by Don Black, but Don Black made a mistake there. I can't believe I just said that. I don't think I've ever said he made a mistake. He dribbled the ball behind his back. A no-no. Once that ball goes behind the back in traffic, it goes out of your peripheral vision. Once it's out of your peripheral vision, you have no control over it. The player defending you, he has control over the ball. Why? Because he can see it.
Substitutions for the Ponders for this final minute 36. Number 33, Max McCursey, senior, and Will Clifford, junior, number 4, into the Arlington lineup, and Dom Black hits the front end of the 1-on-1. So Dom had been struggling a little bit at the line, 1 for his first 4, but he hits the front end here.
I like his body language here. He's got a confident stroke, even though he missed a few earlier.
And now another lane violation by the Ponders. But this time James Gascoigne stepped in early before Dom took his free throw.
I think Coach Woods is going to blow his stack over there on these little ticky-tack violations that they're committing.
Now an inbounding violation committed by the Rockets. The Arlington pressure forced the Reading player who stepped over the baseline onto the court. That's a violation, and the Ponders turn them over again. So we've seen the Ponders turn over Reading in 2 really odd fashion, the 10-second backcourt violation and a inbounding throw-in violation. Now a couple of missed shots by Arlington. I think they're going to get Don Black on the rebounding foul.
I believe it's actually going to be James Gascoigne, but I have absolutely, positively no problem with that foul. That was superior effort on the boards by both Gascoigne and Black. Couldn't get the shots to go. This is a strange game, Don.
Yeah.
Both teams are making the other team turn the ball over and make mistakes that are uncharacteristic or sloppy. And it's just very odd.
Danny Beckenhoist with the one-on-one, misses the front end. Don Black with the rebound. Don Black now did get charged for that foul, so that is his second. Coach Bowler opts to stay with Don Black. We've seen Coach Bowler substitute players with 2 first-half fouls. Now McCursey's bottled up a little bit here. Gets it to Gascoigne. Gascoigne's going to go high to the hole. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Redding. It'll be Arlington ball.
Good to see Gascoigne. Last time when he thought that foul was called on him, he kind of hung his head. This time he thought he got fouled, but he didn't really get any negative body language. He kind of just went back to his business.
On the inbounding play, McCursey missed the layup, but James Gascoigne able to keep that rebound alive, and the Ponders will get a fresh shot clock with under a minute remaining here in the first half. Black in the paint, gets it to Gascoigne, up and under and in for James Gascoigne.
So Gascoigne's positive body language and positive outlook on the basketball game has a good turn for him as he gets fouled on one play and the next play he's laying the ball in.
Arlington 32-23, so it's been a much better, a much more Arlington-type second quarter defensively. They've held the Rockets to just 5 second quarter points.
Their effort has been astonishing in this quarter on the defensive end. They've been deflecting balls, double teaming, creating 5-second calls.
30 seconds in the quarter. Little spin move by Beckenhoist, and he has his first basket of the evening.
Beckenhoist swishing and dishing and finishing at the cup.
Arlington can hold for a final shot here. 16 seconds remaining in the half. Ponders by 7. They just barely get it over the timeline in the deflected pass. Last touch by Redding. Good defense there by the Rockets, but they're going to still have to defend for another 11.8 seconds here to close out the first half.
This is huge defensive set for Redding. There's a big difference between a 7 and 9 point lead. 10 seconds.
Arlington will get the final shot of the half. Don Black, it'll be him from the corner for 3. It's an air ball, but I believe last touch by Redding, and so Arlington will get another crack at this with 1.8 seconds to go.
So you look for something here right near the basket. Maybe just lob it up for Gascoigne. There it is.
Exactly what they do. He takes the turnaround at the buzzer. No. And that's the way this first half will end.
I'll tell you, Todd, my heart's beating to my chest here. This was an entertaining first half. It was an electric first half. It was a sloppy first half. And the Spy Ponders are very fortunate to be up 7. Their defense in the second quarter was excellent and superior, but they were very sloppy with the basketball and made some mistakes that I know that coaching staff is going to want to change.
Spy Ponders outscore the Rockets by a margin of 11-7. So after a very, very high-scoring first quarter, a very low-scoring second quarter, and that's the way we'll go into the halftime break. The score at the end of the first half, Arlington 32, Redding 25. Scott and I will be back with the second half action.
My name is Max DeLuca, and if you're interested in pursuing a career in sports media, come on down to Studio B at 892 Mass Ave in Arlington.
Going live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And getting ready for second half action, Don Phelan alongside Scott Zwick, Alex Van Thong, and Carlos Abreu are our camera people tonight. And Scott, we were talking at halftime. Well, 2 things I want to mention. You want to talk about how Redding came in really prepared for this game against a superior Arlington team. Secondly, as we see the Spy Ponders now coming out of the locker room, very rarely do you see Coach Bowler keep his team in the locker room that long at halftime.
Very rarely. It's funny that you mentioned that because I noticed it just as you, I believe, were noticing. We're coming on the air. He never waits till 2 minutes to come out. Usually it's 5 or 6. So obviously, I think I hit the nail on the head that Coach Bowler and Coach Woods didn't quite like a few of the things they saw in the first half. Now on the other side, Coach Paul Morrissey, I'll tell you something. I tip my cap to him. You got a 4-7 team that struggled all year long, coming in with that type of energy and positive. And positive energy and effort both on the bench and in the game. I'm very impressed with that. I'm very impressed with that.
Yeah, very rarely do you see the reserve players on the bench all standing up during the game. So Reading looks like they dressed, 15 or so kids. So they have the 5 in the game, and the other 10, I'd say at least 75% of that first half were up and standing when their team was, mostly when they were on the defensive end here in front of their bench. Now, the other thing I want to mention with the Spy Ponders is, I don't think any player would ever come out and say it up front, but you have to wonder if they're thinking in the back of their minds, we beat this team a month and a half, 2 months ago by 16 points at their place. This is going to be a cakewalk. And I think that's what the coaching staff had to be a little bit afraid of, and I'm sure they would say that they warned the team about this. But now in the second half, let's see if Arlington says, all right, we're in a dogfight here, we're in a rock fight, this team came to play, let's play our game, and let's beat them by 20 like we were supposed to.
I think that what you're talking about, Don, is it's human nature. I don't think there's anything you can really do to combat it other than remind players. The one thing that I'm expecting here, I'm expecting the superior effort and energy from the Spy Ponders that's been the hallmark of this 40-game winning streak and the Woods and Bowler era to continue. But the one thing that I do not expect to continue is the turnovers and sloppy play. I expect them to clean that up. Now, if Reading can come out, match that effort, and not turn the ball over themselves, maybe they can stay in this ball game, but I think it's going to be a tall effort for them.
It'll be Spy Ponder ball to begin the third quarter. They will go with the same 5 that began the game for them. Number 0, Nick Corrales. Number 30, Bensley Joseph. Number 20, Don Black. Number 23, Ben Wasco. Number 14, James Gascoigne. And the first possession for the Spy Ponders here in the second half results in a turnover and an easy basket for Patrick Conroy, number 33.
It's a turnover. It's not a bad idea. The high-low, they've had a lot of success with it, but I can't. And another turnover. This is astonishing.
Nick Corrales went for the little lay-down pass. It didn't work. Reading's going to get off a nice 3-point shot here by Matt Sinella, but he can't get it to go down. Rebound fought for. Reading able to come up with it. They have their same 5 that began the game. This is Matty P for 3, number 23. They also have number 10, Josh Williamson, number 33, Patrick Conroy, number 4, Alec Gibbs, and number 10, Josh Williamson.
So this is man-to-man now. So I think what they were doing before is they were showing zone and went man.
They go inside to Gascoigne, and he's able to draw Patrick Conroy into committing his 3rd foul.
Big play there by Gascoigne. That's Gascoigne getting rewarded for being determined. He's been trying that move, getting that contact, and not getting the foul call, but he's been sticking with it, and that time he got himself in good position, foul called, and he'll take 2 at the basket, and no one in Reading will be allowed to guard him.
Gascoigne hits his first free throw. Now, an interesting decision will have to be made by Coach Paul Morrissey, as his big guy just committed his 3rd foul about a minute into this 3rd quarter. Gascoigne 1 of 2. Arlington leads at 33-27, 6:55 remaining 3rd quarter.
Spy Ponders continue to struggle from the line tonight, but they do not continue to struggle to invade the space of offensive players.
3-point shot by Alec Gibbs is good.
It is good, but what was not good was the moving screen that allowed him to get open.
33-30 Reading, so Reading has answered the bell here for the first minute and a half of the 3rd quarter. Bensley Joseph from deep international waters, no. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be a Reading foul. And let's see if it goes against Conroy. It does not. It goes against Alec Gibbs. He'll pick up his 3rd now. So both Gibbs and Conroy with 3 fouls for the Rockets.
Rockets have come out with astonishing effort and attitude in the second half. I got to tell you, Don, I really was expecting the Spy Ponders to maybe blow them out right off the bat. It certainly hasn't been the case. Reading has executed effectively, their energy is just as high as was in the first. I just could not be more impressed with how Reading is approaching this game tonight.
Bensley Joseph made a really nice move there, Scott. He went with the fake and the up fake. He got Conroy up in the popcorn popper. Conroy came down, smashed into Bensley Joseph, picks up his 4th foul. He's going to have to go to the bench, and Joseph hits 2 free throws.
He hits 2 freebies and shows the moves that make him the college prospect that he is. Here's Corrales invading space.
34-31 Arlington, 35-30. They put the point up on the wrong side, excuse me. Number 25 for Reading, Colin Duras had to check into the lineup. Dom Black with the block. Corrales ahead of the pack. They get it to him. And the great hustle play there by Alec Gibbs to knock it out of bounds, preventing the easy basket for the Ponders.
4 deflections in 1 possession. Creates a run out. Spy Ponder ball underneath. Wow. What a defensive possession.
Bensley for 3 in the corner, around the rim and out. They're going to get Nick Corrales on that reach and foul.
It's unfortunate for Nick. He's been playing really hard with extraordinary effort to begin this second half, invading the space of offensive players without fouling, but that was just a little bit of a lazy reach.
Second foul on Nick, first on the team. Ponders by 5, 5:42 remaining third quarter. Ponders in man-to-man defense. And I'm surprised they didn't call a foul on Don Black on that one, but a tremendous shot by Alec Gibbs with the left hand.
Gibbs with the left hand through contact.
Gascoigne for 3, short. Rebound to Williamson. Williamson's got to push the pace for the Rockets. Sanella has it blocked. I'm not sure who'll get credit for that block. I think Joseph and Gascoigne both got a piece of it.
It was a Joseph and Gascoigne sandwich where they met and put it together at the rim. And right now, every second that goes by that Reading is within striking distance, their confidence level and belief in winning this game is going to go up and up and up and up. And it goes up some more there.
Nice move by Matty P. He was well defended by Don Black, but he switched directions, put it in off the window, and cuts the Arlington lead back down to 1.
And again, Don Black could have been called for a foul there.
Joey Pazzi into the Ponder lineup. Gascoigne to the basket is fouled. And a big problem now for the Rockets, Scott. Alec Gibbs just picked up his 4th. Patrick Conroy had previously picked up his. So Reading now with 2 starters with 4 personal fouls.
If I'm Coach Paul Morrissey, I might take him out for a couple of minutes, but I'm going to have a 5 or 6 point number in my mind that I'm not going to let my team get down, and those guys with 4s go back in, because I'm not going to lose the game with players that are eligible to play on the court.
Gascoigne 1 of 2. There's Joey Pazio, who checked into the Ponder lineup moments ago, replacing Ben Wasco, fighting for that rebound. Ball knocked out of bounds by Joey. And with 4:50 remaining in the third quarter, Ponders find themselves out by only 2. Driving to the basketball, knocked out of bounds by Dom Black. It will remain Rocket ball.
Reading, it's palpable. They are now, before it was about attitude, now it's about belief. And they're starting to believe they can win this game. And as I said, every minute and second that ticks by that they're close is another minute that they believe a little more.
Steal by Corrales on the inbounding pass. He tried to make the dump pass to Don Black. To Benson Joseph. It didn't work. And now back the other way is Jovan Nortillis. And we're tied at 36.
And Coach Bowler is not going to get a timeout here. I'll tell you, this is danger time right now.
4:21 remaining third quarter, tied at 36. Black, baseline drive. And he is fouled on the play.
Don Black, it's good to see that he's handling the basketball. Once the game gets tied, this is called high leverage situation. The next person that scores, the person that scores the next bucket of the Spy Ponders is going to be a quality basketball player.
Nick Corrales for 3, he's got it.
Bing, bang, boom, Corrales from way downtown.
Corrales with that big 3 gives the Ponders the lead. Now the ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Arlington. So Nick picked a nice time to make his first basket of the evening, a 3-pointer from the corner to give the Ponders a 3-point lead halfway through the third quarter.
big three-pointer. Gives the Spy Pirates a little bit of breathing room again.
Nortellis on the inbounding play. We thought he was going to lose it to Don Black. Instead, Matty P's going to take a three, and it rolls in for him.
So Matty P continues to be white hot from behind the arc, and the game is tied. If this lead ever goes into Reading's side, a lot of times that's big mentally. Spy Pirates want to make sure they at least keep tie or lead.
Gascoigne lays it in. Doesn't now for James. Steal by James Gascoigne, and he has another lay-in.
Gascoigne and Corrales have taken over this game. Steals, deflections, and finishes at the rim. Bing, bang, boom.
3:20 remaining third quarter. Ponders by 4. And a backcourt violation committed by the Rockets.
So the dual tandem show of Gascoigne and Corrales is joined by Don Black, whose superior effort and athleticism causes a turnover. Spy Ponder's got all the momentum now.
Coach Morrissey thought that ball had been deflected by a Ponder, which would have not resulted in a backcourt violation. Gascoigne to Pazia. Pazia strong, no. Gascoigne with the putback.
Pazia, no. Gascoigne, yes. And there's a timeout by Reading as Coach Morrissey puts his hands up in the air to say, what's going on here? Well, the Spy Pinders are trying to win 41 straight regular games. 6
straight points for junior James Gascoigne, and the explanation given to the Reading coaching staff was not really liked, as both the head coach and the assistant coach displayed their displeasure at that backcourt call. It's a huge call. I didn't really get a good look at that one, but whether the Arlington player deflected it or not, that was the question. The officials decided it was not. Backcourt violation resulted in an Arlington basket, and then Arlington scored again. So they've made this little 6-0 run here to take a 6-point lead.
And as I couldn't say enough positive things about Coach Paul Morrissey at halftime and overall in this game, but what happened there is he lost focus. He probably should have called a timeout after one of the baskets. He's still complaining here. He hasn't moved on to the next play. That's in the past, Coach Morrissey. What's going on right now is your team is down 6 points, and your team needs your help to focus on how to get themselves back in this basketball game.
2:48 remaining third quarter. Ponders by 6, and an errant pass there by the Rockets results in an Arlington turnover. Don Black hard to the basket. No, Matty P picks up that foul.
So the Spy Ponders overtime in this basketball game, just like we saw in the Woburn game and some games before this, their physical play and their quest and thirst to play physical is now paying dividends. Don, you mentioned the 2 players with 4 fouls. It's a parade to the free throw line now. Their physicality is really taking control of this game.
First free throw good by Don Black. 1 of 2 for Dom. And I'll tell you, if I'm Coach Paul Morrissey, I really don't like looking up at that scoreboard and seeing that my team has 6 fouls, and Arlington, that plays crazy pressure defense, only has 1. And that just is a bad look. And now another great defensive play by the Ponders, and the ball last touched by the Rockets out of bounds.
It is a bad look, but right now, Coach Morrissey is still continuing to complain to the officials. He is not having the ability to move on to the next play. He's thinking about things that have happened in the past. Have to stay in the present.
7-0 Ponder run. They lead at 46-39, coming up on the 2-minute mark remaining third quarter. This Pazia goes into the teeth of the defense. Now it's going to be a held ball. And on the alternating possession rule, I think it will be Arlington ball. And now the officials talking to a Reading player about playing after the whistle.
You know, and you see, and you know, Don, the Spy Ponders, it's just the opposite. They've stayed in the present. Game got tied. They weren't worried about how the game got tied or how we got to 40-all. They were focused on this 40-all. What's the next play? We're going to run it effectively and efficiently. That's what they did.
It was Reading ball, actually, on the alternating possession rule. Don Black with a little contact there. Matty P takes the 3. No. Betsy Joseph high for the rebound. Ponders have a 5-on-2 break. From behind, Joseph lost the handle, and now here comes Reading the other way.
the Spy Ponder coaching staff have to decide if they're going to let Benzie Joseph to continue to try to dribble end to end, because he is just not having success. He's turning the ball over before he's even getting to the rim.
Matty P's three-pointer no good. Ponder still lead it by 7. Reading has gone quite a stretch here without scoring after having a nice beginning of the third quarter, scoring-wise. They had scored 14, and that's where they've been stuck for quite a while. Gascoigne had it blocked from behind. Pazia tried to knock it off the Reading player out of bounds. That didn't work. Here come the Rockets the other way.
Gascoigne, strong move to the basket, couldn't get it to go.
Williamson, he'll go to the line for 2. Foul committed by Bensley Joseph. I believe that will be his second, and only the second team foul for the Ponders here in the third quarter with 1:08 remaining.
And so we see now Coach Williamson clapping his hands. He's moved on, and what's happened, his team is moving on. We see a nice little move to the basket there by Williamson. He's rewarded with 2 free throws, and they're still in the basketball game.
First free throw good by Josh. That's actually his first point of the game. The junior slashing guard for the Rockets. Been held in check so far by the Ponders tonight. Knocks down both free throws this time. And Reading breaks that Arlington run. And the Ponders lead it by 5, 46-41, coming up on the final minute of this third quarter.
So 2-3 zone here. See what they got out of this. They've had a lot of success with high-lows. And going to James Gascoigne.
Pazia set the hard screen. Ball's knocked away. Williamson to Sinella. Blocked by Gascoigne, but he's called for the foul. Hit him in the back of the head, apparently, is what official Damian Farley Jr. says.
Gascoigne with a tremendous effort to get the block, hit him in the head. The players awarded 2 free throws. Gascoigne throws his hands up in the air, incredulous at the call, and if I'm going to be critical of Paul Morrissey for not moving on in the next play, I have to be critical of James Gascoigne for not moving on in the next play.
First free throw is no good by Sinella for Arlington. Number 24, Sam Swift, checks into the lineup, replacing Nick Corrales.
If you're a young player out there, the ability to stay in the moment, not worry about what happened in the past, and worry about what's right in front of you is the key to success in athletics. Period. End of story.
Sinella hits 1 of 2. Ponder lead down to 4, 46-42. About a 15-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock, coming up on 30 seconds remaining. And the shot there is no good by the Ponders, and now the Rockets can hold for a final shot. 3-point shot is good by Matt Sinella, and all of a sudden, it's a 1-point game.
Sinella way downtown, bang! Spy Ponders, white knuckle time here, another turnover by Benji Joseph trying to dribble to the basket.
So the Rockets did not hold for the final shot. They got the 3. They turn Arlington over. 5 seconds to go. Sinella takes a long 3. Doesn't go. Paz is going to throw it the length of the floor. No. But an impressive end to this third quarter by the Rockets. They rattle off the final 6 of the third quarter. Ponders led it by 7, and now they find themselves up by 1 with the score of 46-45 after 3.
Back and forth we go. High tension, high drama here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. A 40-game regular season winning streak on the line, a 29-game conference winning streak on the line. Both teams going at it with passion and vigor, and it's going to come down to who can be more calm, collected, cool in the moment and make the plays when it counts.
Hey, while we have a minute, this is a good time to let everyone know all the exciting things we have upcoming at ACMi Sports. In the upcoming weeks, look for continued coverage of Spy Ponder girls and boys basketball, including tournament action, boys and girls hockey, studio interviews with players and coaches, feature pieces on impactful members of the sports community in Arlington, and exciting pre- and post-game shows. ACMi Sports, where the community covers Arlington.
Bing, bang, boom. And Don, I'll tell you, I mean, what you think? I think this has been a well-officiated game. It's been a very difficult game to officiate. This contact has been everywhere, and so it's going to be the players who are going to learn for how these officials have taught them to play.
So the Ponders will get the first possession of this fourth quarter on the alternating possession rule. They're up by 1.
Spy Ponders have made a change. They put Don Black at the foul line for the high-low.
And they go back to Don. He goes up with the left hand and he lays it in.
And it immediately pays dividends as he finishes at the cup through contact with his left hand. Spy Ponders by 3. Reading has done everything but take the lead in this game.
Here's Conroy to the hole, flips it up, no. Fights for his own rebound, comes up with it. And Reading will reset. For Arlington, Bensley Joseph, he had 13 points about halfway through the second quarter. He's been held to just 2 points since that time. Now with the left hand is Josh Williamson, no, but he will go to the line for 2. Sam Swift will be called for the foul.
Williamson got a little pep in his step after he got fouled, taking the ball to the basket a couple of minutes ago. There he goes strong to the basket, squares his shoulders, and is rewarded with 2 free throws.
Second on Swift. 4th on the team. First free throw is no good. So the team foul situation, Reading with 6. That will put Arlington in the bonus for the duration of the game. Spy Ponders with 4, so they still have 2 more to give before Reading will be in the bonus. And free throws could be a big factor in this game, especially if it stays this tight. 1 of 2 for Williamson. Has 3 points on the evening, and the Spy Ponders lead by 2, 48-46, coming up on the 7-minute mark remaining, 4th quarter.
So the 2-1-2 zone has done a nice job of slowing the Spy Ponders down. Here's Black at the foul line again. See if they get a high-low action going.
23rd quarter points by the Rockets after scoring 21 in the first and only 18 in the first and only 7 in the second quarter. Sanella flips it up, no. Nice rebound, Sam Swift.
Great rebound by Swift, but right now the Rockets are playing with superior energy and effort in a time when it's usually the Spy Ponders.
Here comes Don Black to the basket, off the window and in.
Don't include Don Black in what I just said as he goes to the basket and finishes strong through contact. Bensley Joseph there reaches in and creates a foul.
Him and Williamson look like they're having some words after the play. The officials step in.
I'll tell you, this stuff I don't mind at all. A little bit of a healthy anger or upsetness towards an opponent, that's fine with me.
50-46 Arlington, 6:20 to go in the 4th. 2-possession game at this time. Sanella. Remember now Gibbs and Conroy, 4 and 33 for Reading, both playing with 4 fouls. Ooh, that might have been a travel. Sanella gets it to the foul line, 6 on the shot clock. Williamson's going to have to do something. He shakes and bakes, puts it up off the window, no. Rebound fought for. Bensley Joseph comes up with it now. He's being harassed by Williamson. Bensley Joseph goes with the around the back dribble, goes right around him.
Superior defensive effort on that end by Sam Swift twice in a row. It's kind of turned the tide in this ball game.
5:38 remaining. The Pond is holding on to that 4-point lead. Gascoigne going to go baseline, up and under and in.
Gascoigne squares his shoulders, finishes at the cup, and says this game is mine on the inside.
52-46 Arlington, 5:19 remaining, 4th quarter.
Swift has been a tower of power moving his feet on the defensive end.
Conroy to the tin, lays it in.
Bensley Joseph took a chance there. It didn't reward with a deflection.
Now Gascoigne, while he pivoted, knocked down Williamson. Reading bench wanted the foul on James. They didn't get it. Don Black, foul line, jump shot. No. Gascoigne with the tip. No. Conroy comes up with it for the Rockets. Rockets with a chance to cut into the Arlington lead. Conroy, Matty P from behind just dribbled it into 3 or 4 Arlington players and lost the control of the basketball, much to the dismay of Coach Morrissey.
That has been kind of the theme of this basketball game by both teams, just dribbling the ball into traffic and kind of giving it up.
4:26 to go. The Spy Ponders
defense, sorry. God.
in a dogfight in a game that many thought they would win by double digits or more. Bensley Joseph switches to the right hand and puts it in off the window.
And Coach Bowler gets one of his positive timeouts as the Spy Ponders open up a 6-point lead. Bensley Joseph has had a curious game. He's made phenomenal plays on one end, some miscues on the other. It's been kind of a cornucopia mixed bag. But the strong play of James Gascoigne in the second half and the solid leadership, effort, and energy of Don Black have put him up 6 and should be able to take him, drag him across the finish line.
4:15 remaining, fourth quarter. Arlington has stretched it out a little bit here to a more comfortable 6-point lead, but I don't think anybody was expecting this kind of a game here tonight. I think everybody thought it was going to be a 20-point Arlington win. A lot of the reserve players were going to get some playing time, but that has not been the case. Nobody told Reading about that game plan, I guess.
No, that's the beauty of sports, right, Don? You know, there is no rule that said Reading couldn't win this game. They believed, they've came in there, they've executed like they believed, and so I'm now convinced they do believe. And 6-point game, 4 minutes left, you're right where you want to be. If you would ask Coach Morrissey before the game, hey, 54-48, 4:15 in the fourth, you take it? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
So the Rockets inbound the ball, full court, man-to-man pressure by the Ponders. Nick Corrales guarding Williamson. Williamson, I think he tried to get that to Gibbs, but fortunately for him, Sanella was right behind him to get that errant pass and keep the possession for the Rockets.
Serendipity there for Reading.
Conroy set the high screen. Now Conroy's going to go hard to the basket. He lays it in. He's been impressive when he's taken it hard to the hole, this Patrick Conroy.
Conroy has been strong with the basketball when he goes to the basket. 2 giant steps, finishing at the cup. This Reading team is tough. They're just tough.
Of course, Reading at 5-8 overall needs every win they can get to try to qualify for the state tournament. Ponders, of course, are playing for seeding at this point in the season.
High-low now, it's Gascoigne at the top and Black at the bottom.
A great ball movement by Arlington. Gascoigne is fouled on the play, and I think it's going to go against Matty P. Matty P picks up his second. He was incredulous at the call. He thought he made a good defensive play.
So this is what the Spy Ponders have done all year long in the 2-3 zones, 1-2-2 zones. Get a high-low look. They love to get low. Shuffle pass. James Gascoigne in paint where he gets fouled or finishes at the cup. And if you're Coach Morrissey right now, you got to say to yourself, I think that's been enough of this 2-3 zone. I think it's going to be man-to-man from here on out.
2 of 2 for James Gascoigne. He has now hit the 20-point mark on the evening, and the Spy Ponder crowd for the first time tonight getting into it with a chance of defense, and their team leads by 6 with 3:13 remaining fourth quarter.
See if the Spy Ponders can prevent dribble drives. They've been struggling a little bit in the second half.
They go with the double team on Matty P, but he's able to get it to Williamson in the corner. Williamson with the tricky dribble into the paint, fakes again. Good away with a travel, I think. Missed the shot with the left hand.
Another operation that was a success with the patient dive. Williamson, tricky dribbles, swishing and dishing, but can't get it to go. Big possession here for the Spy Ponders.
Yeah, empty possession for the Rockets. They can't afford to have many of those, trying to make up a 6-point deficit. Don Black in trouble, and I believe it's Coach Bowler that takes the timeout.
It's absolutely PhD level timeout there by Coach Bowler with 2:38, and you're up 6. Coming off what you said, Don, was an empty possession for Reading. Spy Ponders get a basket here. They're going to put a great deal of pressure on Reading to win this basketball game.
Have you ever thought you'd like to be part of a broadcast? If so, ACMi is the place for you. Learn a skill, meet new people, and be part of the magic of Arlington sports. Contact us on Twitter at ACMi, or simply stop by a broadcast and say hi. ACMi Sports, where the community covers Arlington. Love to have you up here and visit us in the broadcast booth, although you're not going to have many more opportunities. It's been a weird schedule this year. The Spy Ponders had a streak where they played 4 games in a row at home, but now this is the second to final home regular season game for the Spy Ponders. Come by and visit us on Friday, February 9th, when the Spy Ponders will host the Lexington High School team. Can't think of Lexington's name. I should. Minutemen. Thank you.
The Minutemen.
The Minutemen of Lexington High School will be here. Scott will be here along with, I believe, Rob Anthony for that broadcast. I will be in 85-degree weather and look forward to seeing you all for the state tournament when Arlington will probably host 1 or hopefully 2 games. Now, the Ponders can't get the ball in bounds and now they end up using their 4th timeout, so both teams are down to their final timeout.
That's funny, Don. Every time you think this team is dead, it's like that movie, the British movie, the guy gets his arms cut off, and funny movie.
Monty Python movie?
Yeah, the Monty Python.
There you go.
Thank you for bailing me out there, Don. But it's, they're not going to die.
No,
they're not going to die tonight, and so they come out of that timeout. They're going to deny every pass. Spy Ponders don't come out with superior effort and energy, and they're going to burn the second to last timeout.
I can't remember a game, recent memory, that Coach Bull has used 4 timeouts.
Right? Certainly the Brighton game.
That's
would
last
be the last
year.
one.
Sure.
Regular season?
Regular season?
Might be years.
Yeah, 2-3 timeouts most. And now they're down their final one. So in a clutch situation, they're going to need that timeout. Gascoigne to the basket. No, Pazia tried for the tip, and no, Gascoigne with a hustle foul commits it. But good news for Arlington, that's only the 6th team foul. It's good hustle by James, but now that they're over the limit, you really want to not commit any fouls down here in this end of the court and put Reading at the line with 2.5 to go and up by 6.
My partners will stay with the full court pressure, and they're going to try not to reach in, but they got to prevent dribble drive. 6-point game, not 8. So this is just regular basketball here.
2 fouls for Gascoigne, 6 on the team. Reading has committed 7, so both teams now will be in the bonus for the duration of the game.
There's a trap.
Conroy set the high pick, but that led his player right to a double team, and they're going to call, I don't know, timeout Reading, I believe?
I think timeout Reading. No?
Yeah,
yeah. So a wise timeout there. That's certainly been a problem for Reading all night long. They've gotten in trouble and used timeouts to get themselves out of it. Do they have a timeout, Don?
They do have a timeout, but I'm wondering, did they call timeout? I don't know if the official gave the signal of a foul. And if they did, I think they were going to call Nick Corrales on a foul. So whether they're saying the timeout was called before the foul, or whether they're going to say it was a foul, and now Reading will get a 1-and-1 or a timeout, I'm very confused.
Well, the biggest thing I'm confused at is, again, Coach Morrissey isn't moving on to the next play. The Spy Ponders took the entire timeout to talk to their team, and Coach is arguing whether it was a timeout or not. They called the timeout. There's no argument anymore. It's a timeout.
Right.
You got to use it.
Very confusing play as the Reading player was double teamed at midcourt. Reading calls the timeout, so they use their final timeout, and that could really cost them here in the final 2:11. They could probably afford to have a couple of timeouts in their back pocket, and they're going to have to play the duration of this game without that benefit. So also remember now 10 seconds on the shot clock for Reading.
It's a huge possession. It's a huge possession.
Good development for the Ponders. No foul on Nick Corrales. Final timeout for Reading. And now they're going to call a traveling violation on Matty P. As Don Black was there defensively, and Coach Morrissey is furious.
Yeah, he's losing his religion, and you got to wonder if him not being in that huddle for the timeout didn't allow him to draw something up better than dribble driving on Don Black.
And Reading changes up defenses. Almost looks like a 1-3-1 spot.
Yep, it is. So the corners are open, rotate the ball quickly. Corners are open, rotate the ball quickly.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Quickly.
Arlington by 6.
Rotate it quicker.
Arlington using a lot of time on the game clock. They're down to the final 7 on the shot clock. Nick Corrales is going to have to take the long 3. No. Look at Joey Pazia for the offensive rebound. Get it to Don Black, to Gascoigne. They're going to call a foul. Is it going to go against Gascoigne?
Yes, it is. Superior effort, though, by both Gascoigne and Black right there. That foul's okay. You're doing the right thing. You got a good shot off. Everyone's playing hard. Focus on the next play, and here we go. 6-point lead.
Third foul on Gascoigne, 7th on the team. Of course, a player and or team control foul is a non-shooting foul. So Reading will get the ball. Down 6 with, as I said, 1:34 to go.
So we're back where we were before. This is really, but the time is not on Reading's side. They need to score here.
Williamson kicks it around. They can end up with an open 3-pointer for Sanella. Back rim, no. Joey Pazia with the rebound. What hustle by Williamson. Knocked it out of Pazia's hand and also out of bounds. It'll be Arlington ball.
And Reading just will not give up. They're just fighting till the end. Got to be strong with the basketball here.
Sanella looked like he was trying to commit that reach and foul. Now Don Black just skies over Williamson. He had a big height advantage there. Gascoigne finishes at the 10.
And you love to see aggression when you're up 6. No need to pull it out if you got a layup. You go with 2 feet, finish at the cup, go up 8, and put this game on ice.
1 minute remaining. Arlington 58, Reading 50. And remember, Reading out of timeout, so they won't be able to stop the clock on a made basket. Conroy might have got away with a travel there. Knocked loose by Black. 6 on the shot clock. Matty P to the basket. And they're going to take Matty P for a player control foul.
That's a tough call right there. I don't believe that Nick Corrales was in proper guarding position. He takes a charge there. To be honest with you, Paul Morrissey has been in these officials' ears for about a quarter and a half, and I think they're just frankly sick of it.
Now Bensley's triple team. They're going to get a held ball. And let's see which way the arrow is pointing. It's pointing Reading's way on the alternate possession rule. So Reading will get the ball. 40.3 seconds remaining. Ponders by 8.
Reading has life. Gotta be thinking 3-pointers here, though.
Yeah, they really do. It's going to have to score and foul quickly and try to extend this game. They can't afford to take a whole lot of time with each offensive possession. Sinella gets it to Williamson in the corner. They're using way too much time. Bensley Joseph to Sinella back in the corner. They've used almost 15 seconds off the shot in game clock, and now Joey Pazzi is going to get called for a reach and foul with 24.8 seconds to go.
And that's really a poor decision by Joey Pazzi to even think about reaching. Whether he committed the foul is completely irrelevant. When they burn that much time off the clock, you almost want to let him go in and shoot it at the basket because
Gibbs had nowhere to go. He had his back to the basket, and he was probably, about 10 or 12 feet away from the basket, going the wrong way. And Ben Wasco will check into the Arlington lineup for this final 25 seconds. First free throw by Gibbs is good. Front end of the 1-and-1. Both teams now with 8 team fouls.
So the Spy Ponders have to be strong with the basketball. This game's pretty much on ice, but crazier things have happened.
Yeah, they might have to hit a couple of free throws to really put it on ice. 2 free throws for Gibbs. 10 points on the evening for him. Arlington breaks the press. I think Reading really has to think about fouling right away, don't they? They go for the double team. They don't get it. Arlington.
Clock isn't rolling.
Clock has not started, and now they're going to have to foul. Oh, wow. Tremendous development here as the game clock never started. There was 24.8 seconds to go when Alec Gibbs took those 2 free throws. Now we have a foul committed by Reading, and now the officials are going to have to try to figure out how much time went off. They're going to have to try to estimate.
Is that literally what the protocol is here? You estimate?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was to guess, I would say a fair number is 10.
10.
Easy.
Right? Because I thought
think
Reading,
it was more.
Yeah, but I thought Reading was going to try to foul right away here in the backcourt. The ball went over the midcourt line. Benson Joseph dribbled it, had maybe 2 or 3 passes before Reading finally took the foul. And this is really going to be interesting because neither coach is going to like.
No.
Well, one coach may and one coach may not like what they decide to put up there on the clock.
So they're going to take some time. They eventually called the foul. So Bensley Joseph, I'm not even sure, is Don Black is shooting?
Yes, it'll be Don Black at the line.
Going to be at the line
for a 1-and-1.
And now one thing to remember here, Don, if this game does get crazy, if Reading scores, Arlington does not have to inbound the ball right away.
Right.
Because the clock will keep rolling because Reading can't stop the clock.
Well, they were very conservative with that time as they took only 5 seconds off the clock. Don Black hits the front end of the 1-on-1. That's a clutch free throw there by the senior tri-captain.
Big free throw for Don Black. Now, if it's Reading, it's got to be 3-pointers. And if it's the Spy Ponders, do not foul and put a hand up on all the shooters.
Both free throws for Don Black. And the last thing Arlington wants to do here is stop the clock. Better off just letting Reading score. Take your time taking the ball out of basket, underneath the basket. And again, Reading using up just way too much time for these final couple of possessions. Air ball taken by Reading player. Ball's locked loose. Wasco had it stripped away. Ball's out of bounds. Let's see whose ball it is. There's still 0.5 of a second remaining.
So I got to tell you, Don, that play there with Wasco kind of summed up the Spy Ponders execution tonight. Lots of effort, but not with precision, I'll say.
So it was a rock fight here tonight for the Spy Ponders, but they end up taking the victory. Let's run down the scoring totals for both teams. For the Rockets, Alec Gibbs had 10 points. Jovan Nortellis had 4 points. Josh Williamson, 3. Matt Sinello with 6. Danny Beckenhuis with 2. Colin DeRoss with 2. Patrick Conroy, with 8. High point man for the Rockets, Matt Penacadopoulos. We've been calling him Matty P all night. But I'll tell you, the Spy Ponders did a pretty good job with him in the second half, Scott. He ended up with 17 points, but I think he had 13 at the half. So again, we've seen this a couple times with Arlington this season where a particular player or two has had a good first half against Arlington. They make the adjustments at halftime. They shut down the other team's best player, and they end up holding on for the victory.
It's kind of the hallmark of what the Spy Ponders do is they identify what you do well and try to stop it, whether it's before the contest or even during the contest. We saw it there again tonight. So moving forward down here, so who would you say was your Spy Ponder player of the game?
Well, let's run down the scoring total for the Spy Ponders. That's okay. Ben Wasco had 3 points. He had the first basket of the game for the Spy Ponders. Nick Corrales chipped in with a 3-pointer, and that was a big 3-pointer at the time. Reading had tied the game, I believe, and Corrales hit the 3-pointer to give the Ponders the lead back. And then the three-headed monster for the Spy Ponders tonight, Don Black with 15, Bensley Joseph with 17, but only 4 in the second half, as Reading did a nice job on him defensively in the second half. But the person they couldn't stop tonight for the Spy Ponders, Reading could not stop James Gascoigne, who finishes up with a game-high 22 points.
So I'll go first for players of the game. I'll take the Reading. I know he struggled a bit in the second half, but Matty P really set the tone for them early and often with some big three-pointers, some high energy, some high effort. And so he's going to get my ACMi player of the game.
And for the Spy Ponders, I'm going to go with James Gascoigne with the game high of 22 points. So that will wrap things up here from the Kozlowski Gymnasium. Arlington wins it by a score of 60-52, but stay tuned because Scott and I will be back with postgame.
Hi, welcome to the 19th program in the Art in Arlington series.
FoodLink serves people in need in Arlington and the surrounding communities. We partner with 12 local grocery and prepared food stores
edX launched their MicroMasters program as an opportunity for students around the world.
Again, this is Nicole Review. I'm your host, Nicole Samako, and we going to talk to Ashley.
And then you will run to the devil himself from the sight of a gun.
Down, down, blue and brown, the leaves are falling to the ground.
The Schwams specialized in here starting back in the 1860s. A customer comes in, tells us what he or she wants.
Welcome to this episode of Songs of Hope and Tolerance.
Start hell with $1 dollar. Camel with a man and I want me another.
Hi, I'm Susan Karp, the Executive Director of the Arlington Council on Aging. We're located in Arlington, Massachusetts.
And welcome to A Books Review. I'm your host, Alistair Book.
And we're back. Welcome to the post-game show. I'm here with super sensational Nick Corrales. And Nick, hard-fought win today. Made a big three-pointer in the second half. Tell me what you're thinking when you're taking a big three like that.
We just need to go on a stretch, and anything I can do to get us back in the game, help us win.
You did a lot tonight, invading people's spaces, playing some tough D, but there was some sloppy play overall with the team in general. How do you correct that moving forward?
We didn't have a good practice coming in to the day before. We just got to work hard in practice, and it'll show out in the games.
I'm sure it will. You worked hard tonight. You played tremendous. Congratulations on the big win, and look forward to talking to you in the future.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to Arlington Public News. I'm Brenda Mahoney.
And I'm Paul Werlin. Thanks for joining us here at the historic Jefferson Cutter House in Arlington Center.
Everybody in town is looking forward to the upcoming solar eclipse later this month.
What kids find fun means a lot of work for those who have to clean up.
What makes this camp special is the time kids spend with the police and fire departments.
A group of 26 Japanese exchange students filled the studio and control room here at ACMi.
Pasquale went in the goal. The Ponders have scored, they've won.
Out of the changes, the Hawklight is the most confusing to Arlingtonians. After spending the morning with the Arlington Fire Department, I'll make sure to thank the firefighters I come across next for the constant work they put in to keep us all safe.
All 4 projects also encourage pedestrians and cyclists to think about pathways and what they mean.
Students are invited to take yarn, wrap it around any of the poles that they identify with.
As you can see, Arlington Public News is right in the heart of your community. And we're back with Coach Bowler. And Coach, I think a lot of people expected an easy game tonight, but you know what? When you put the ball up between a bunch of high school kids, you never know what's going to happen, and that Reading team gave you a tough run for your money tonight.
Yeah, they're playing well. They won 3 out of 4 coming in. You know, they were fighting for their tournament lives. They have, I think, 8 or 9 losses, so you know, they have a lot of pride. They played hard, and you know, any day, any team can win. It's just you know, they definitely outplayed us. They outplayed us for a lot of that game.
Talk to you about what I've seemed to notice a trend here in home games where you have a player, 1 or 2 particular players that maybe has a decent first half against you guys. Tonight, I can't say his last name, we were calling him Matty P for Reading. He had 13 first half points, but then he only ends up with 17. Do you as a coaching staff look at a player who's maybe having a good game against you guys and try to do something differently in the second half and to shut a particular player down? Is that part of your strategy?
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely the player we talked about the most coming in. Like, I mean, he scored, you know, he's their best player, best scorer. You know, we just did it in the first half. We didn't do it. We overhelped on his man. He got some easy shots, some clean looks, and you know, he made some tough finishes too. I mean, he played very well. I thought Dom did a much better job in the second half of not, you know, when you play the team's best player, you know, you can't gamble, you can't, you know, go for those steals. Where in the first half, I think, you know, we were over helping when we really didn't need to, and getting into situations where we were leaving him open.
Been a strange schedule this year for you. At one point you had 4 consecutive home games, so now you're going to have to finish out the Middlesex League with 3 out of your last 4 league games on the road to try to finish this undefeated season in the Middlesex League. A couple of those games are going to be tough at Woburn, at Belmont, Lexington at home. Not sure who the fourth one is. Winchester as well. All on the road. Maybe the 3 teams competing with you for the top spot in the league, and you got to play them all on the road.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a tough finish. You know, we talked about, you know, we need to have 2 solid days of practice to get ready for Woburn, because we're 1 game away from clinching the league title, and so I mean those teams aren't going to want to just hand it to us, and you know, they definitely want a piece of the league title. So you know, we just got to play better. We got to play smarter. We got to play together. You know, I mean, to win a high school basketball game is tough. To win a league title is tough. You know, there haven't been too many, you know, league titles. If you look at the banners, only a couple of league titles. So, you know, everyone's precious, and you know, we got to do a good job of finishing it off.
Thanks, Coach Bowler. I appreciate your time. So with the win, Spy Pond has improved to 13-2 overall, 12-0 in the league, and a couple of impressive streaks continue here tonight. Arlington with the 41st regular season home win, and also their 29th consecutive Middlesex League victory. So a couple of pretty impressive streaks there, Coach.
Oh yeah, no, it's something that, you know, we're definitely proud of. You know, we talk about just going. You know, today was all about going 1-0 today, but you know that 1-0 leads to go 1-0, 41 games, 29, and you know, keeping it going. You know, it's a special place. You know, I consider this place a special place, and you know, it's much better when you go home with a win than a loss. So, and luckily we haven't since 2014 we haven't had a regular season loss here. So it's
unbelievable. Congratulations on the win tonight. Good luck the rest of the way. I won't be here for the final home game, so finish out the season strong. I think we're going to plan on being at the Comcast tournament, so look forward to seeing you then.
Oh, great! Yeah, it should be tough tournament there too. You know, some great teams, some great players. So you know, we look forward to that challenge.
Excellent, Coach. So upcoming for the Ponders, they will play at Woburn on Tuesday night. Then they will come home for the final regular season game here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium next Friday night against Lexington. Rob Anthony and Scott Zwick will bring you that action, as I will not be here. So that will be senior night. So I'd like to wish all the seniors an enjoyable senior night. Of course, it won't be the final game here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. I'm sure Arlington will host 1 or 2 tournament games, but I hope that all the seniors enjoy senior night on February 9th, and maybe y'all can come down and join the celebration for these seniors who will be playing their final regular season game here at home. I'd like to thank Alex Van Thong and Carlos Abreu, our camera people, my partner Scott Zwick. My name's Don Phelan, telling you once again the final score here tonight, Arlington 60 and Reading 52. Thanks for joining us.